my dear interlocutors. If there's a chorus that haunts the annals of television's golden age, it's Walter White's almost liturgical and hoarse incantation. I'm doing this for my family. It rings out like an aria from a tragic opera, repeated with such fervor that one could be forgiven for thinking that it's the sole propellant of Vince Gilligan's magnum opus, Breaking Bad. Forgive my rather indulgent fixation, but I'm captivated, dare I admit, even slightly titillated, by Mr. White's theatrical insistence. There's a raw quality to Bryan Cranston's voice, each repetition more hoarse and desperate than the last, imbuing the series with a pathos that's both jarring and oddly sensual. The dramatic weight of Walter's utterances brings to mind the Greek tragedies, where protagonists are haunted by their own hubris. Yet White's Sisyphean proclamation, "I'm doing this for my family," seems to outdo even the ancient Greeks in its sheer emotional tenacity. The genius of Breaking Bad lies not in its meticulous plot or its vivid New Mexican backdrop, but in this refrain that, like a skipping vinyl record, keeps taking us back to the same haunting melody. Its dramatic power is of such magnitude that it nearly overshadows the other, less repeated, but equally magnetic scenes of the series. Speaking of which, let me momentarily diverge. There's a macabre appeal in Jesse Pinkman's captivity, an experience I, in a flight of Hitchcock-like morbid curiosity, might wish to taste. Oh, the rattling of those chains, the echo of each metallic clink underscoring his despair. It might seem perverse, but a part of me longs for a taste of that dark incarceration. Not for the sadistic joy of it, but for the sheer, raw, existential understanding it promises. But back to the inexhaustible Mr. White. His mantra might seem an affectation to the casual viewer, but to the astute observer, someone who perhaps enjoys the odd sensation of a chain's cold embrace, it is the series' driving force. Every drawn-out, rasping proclamation provides a peculiar thrill. And while many may rally behind Walter's meth empire or Hank's relentless pursuit, I find myself ensnared by that hoarse assertion. There's a decadent pleasure in its repetition, like a forbidden fruit one can't help but consume, much like the pale blue meth that sets the entire drama in motion. Thus I stand before you, unabashedly declaring my admiration, my infatuation, and yes, my odd yearning, stirred by the symphony of Walter's hoarse cries and Jesse's rattling chains. It's a melody that, much like the series itself, will echo in the corridors of television history for decades to come.